So I got this teacup at Sabres for $3.99, and it looks like somebody hand painted it. Elise, I don't know what thoughtless person you gave this beautiful mug to, and then they savagely donated it to Sabres. But don't worry, I'm gonna make it into something beautiful. Maybe. Hopefully. I just hope I don't turn it into trash. I mean, let's be honest, it was probably destined for the trash anyway, but I saved it from Sabres. Wait a second. Is that why it's called Sabres, or is it because you save money? Anyways, so I filled my cup hole with tin foil. Or is it aluminum foil? Or is that the same thing? I mean, isn't tin and aluminum two different metals? I actually don't know. But if I had to guess, I would guess that tinfoil is like the old version and aluminum foil is like the new version. But that doesn't actually matter because I covered that with popsicle sticks and clay and then painted it purple. Now, I made this door like a while ago. Here you go. Here I'm making the door. But you get it. It's a clay door. And then I installed it into my teacup. And bam, more paint. Now, it's definitely missing that razzle dazzle. So I got out my jar of razzle dazzle and razzle dazzled my tea hole. Or is it a cup hole? I don't know. You get the idea. I put glass shards around my hole. Now, the one thing that we are missing is a staircase because I think the edge of this cup would be really slippery, especially if you have any snow or rain. And we don't want our fairies to slide down because then they're going to end up in Funniest Home Videos and be super embarrassed. And that just does not look good on me as a fairy home contractor. Which reminds me, did I tell you that we're making a fairy home? I mean, I know it looks like a hobbit hole, but it's a fairy home. And all good fairy homes need a fence to keep the fairy bunnies from eating their gardens, obviously. And stupid fairy bunnies always chewing off the flowers and eating all the fairy carrots and pooping on the grass. Look, it's a real problem, so we just put up a fence. Problem solved. And look at this little sign that I made that says Home Sweet Home. Unfortunately, in my fairy contract, I'm not allowed to put any nail holes in this roof, so I had to get a little crafty with hanging it. And then I went ahead and paved the sidewalk and installed the anti-slip texture because remember, we don't want our fairies to slip. And then I thought maybe our fairies could use a table. Although it ends up looking kind of like a stump that they never got crowned out, but that's all right because you can use a stump as a table. And then the outside needed a little something. And you know what? Elise worked really hard on this paint job. And we're not like that heartless person that donated her cup. We think her cup is beautiful. I'm not covering the whole thing, just random bricks. Look, I know in your real house you wouldn't have just random bricks on the walls, but this is my house and I can do what I want. So we're also missing a back door because every fairy needs an escape route for when that mob fairy wants its money back for selling him fake fairy dust. Oh yeah, we know. And that's why we're building you a door in the back of your house so you can make a safe getaway. And then back on the front of the house, it was missing some foliage. So I added some moss around my cup hole and a few other plants. Anyway, so I was thinking is if the mob is after our fairy, it'd be kind of hard to keep up on your house, right? You'd always be looking over your shoulder. They don't have time to clean. So I'm adding some fairy dirt to these bricks, which is like regular dirt, but more colorful. And there's our finished fairy home, complete with fairy escape door. And what do you guys think? Now, I couldn't have done it without Elise, so I left her name on the bottom and just added my own. And then here's my favorite part. The sign moves in the wind. Ooh.